to another live stream on WooEnglish. As always, this is your host, Hamza, and today, of course, we're going to have another Speak With Me practice or live English practice. Today, again, you will get the chance to practice your English live, and you will notice actually that there is a tiny change in the timing of the live stream as we are used to do it on Friday rather than Thursday. But since tomorrow I have some urgent stuff to take care of, I decided to do it today. I shared, of course, I shared a little announcement about that. So I hope everybody is here. I see my friend Richard says, "Well, it's time. Of course, this is time, and we have started the live stream." And I see my friend Asanol has joined after a long absence. How are you, Asanol? I'm doing very good. What about you? It's been a while. We've been doing a lot of live streams the last couple of weeks. I have changed cities. I'm no longer in the city where I used to stream from. I'm in a completely different city. And yeah, things are changing. I'm in the middle of a lot of work, but I cannot miss the this weekly or this bi-weekly meeting. But yeah, of course. So as I said in the beginning, tomorrow I have some urgent stuff to take care of. So I decided to have the live stream today. What about you, Arsenal? Have you finished? Have you finished school? How did it go? Where do you live in now? I still live in Morocco. I still live in my country, but I moved from the south of Morocco to the north of Morocco. Like it's a big change. Like the city where I used to live and the city where I'm living right now are 500 kilometers away. I Great, awesome, wonderful. So Richard, how are you doing and where are you joining us from? Let me remind people who are probably new to the channel about what we do. So this is WooEnglish, and basically the idea of the channel is to give you listening content that you can listen to. Like, you don't need to look, you don't need to watch, you only need to listen. And through this listening, you will manage to learn English unconsciously, like without even realizing you are learning English. So if you listen to our videos frequently, of course, you get three benefits. The first benefit is, of course, learning English. So you will learn like varied vocabulary. And number two is that you will get to learn a lot about different topics. And finally, you, of course, will have some entertainment, something to listen to, like a video that you will listen to that you can benefit from while you are doing whatever. Like while you are driving, you can listen to our videos. While you are probably drawing, probably while you are cycling, while you are at the gym, you can listen to our videos in a variety of contexts. And our videos are designed to not distract you while you are doing whatever you want. And they are very easy to follow with. So if you listen to our videos, you will notice that you can easily follow with them. So this is like the good thing about our videos. In my madrasa for better education. So you are doing summer schooling. Is that it? And my friend Richard from Rwanda, wonderful. This is I think this is the first time someone joins from Rwanda. We have a lot of people join from different parts of like sub-Saharan Africa, but I think this is the first time from Rwanda. Well, since I think a lot of you guys were not here last time because I wanted to do a different kind of live stream. So I think I'm gonna do some of the activities that we did last Tuesday, because I think a lot of you were not here last Tuesday. So let me just find the. Okay. All right. So speak with me again. Of course, no fun facts. Yes. So this is what we did last time, and I think I would love to do it with some of you before we go to some other stuff. All right. So the first activity is, how do you pronounce the following word? So, like in the last few live streams, we decided to start working a little bit on pronunciation. So, as I was saying, wonderful. Hasna, how are you doing? It's my first time to join because it is the first time to see the invitation. Oh, wow, wonderful. I talked about this a lot of times. I said that, well, maybe we will start like uh, uh, experimenting with the timing of the live stream because uh, well, there are a lot of people who don't know about the channel, of course. So sometimes we'll just do a random live stream to meet whoever is on YouTube at the time. So Hasna, where are you from? Hasna says the right answer is chaos, and she is writing it in Arabic. I think you say A. Wonderful, Hasna. And Richard says it's C. The answer C right here. All right. So let us discover how do we pronounce that word. It's number one. Why, Richard? Let me just explain very simply. Because in answer C, there is a H, a H sound that does not exist. We don't say chaos, we say chaos. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, Hassan. I'm from Morocco too. Hassan, I think you've been here on the live stream before. Um, uh, your name is very familiar. So as I said, all right. So the word that we have there is like is pronounced chaos, chaos. The ch is pronounced k, and in the previous live streams, all right, wonderful, nice. So in the previous live streams, I gave you some other examples of words in English where the ch is pronounced as k. And let me share with you some others. One is chemistry, for example. Chemistry. Mechanic. Of course, you can share with me other words if you know them that have ch pronounced as k sound in English. So some of them is chemotherapy, for instance. It's quite bad word, but I'm sharing it anyway. Uh, so these are some nice words. So that have ch pronounced as k. So chemistry, mechanic, chemotherapy. Let me see. Um, Stomach also is a word where the ch is pronounced as k, stomach. Ache, which means pain. Ache. For example, my tooth is aching, meaning my tooth is giving me pain. Wonderful, Richard. Thank you so much for sharing that. Technical or technically, absolutely. Ch pronounced as k. So in English, there are some words. Actually, in English, a lot of words are not pronounced the exact same way they are written. There is a big mismatch between the writing, or what we call the spelling, and the pronunciation in a lot of words. And that has, of course, a historical reason. All right. So the first word, chaos. That's how we pronounce it. Can you now? Let me challenge you. Can you use the word chaos in a sentence? Can you use for me the word chaos in a sentence? In this little task that I have just given you, I want to see if you know the meaning of the word chaos. Use the word chaos in a sentence. All right, let's see if you know the exact use. And I want to share with you something. When you learn and a word in English or any other language that you are learning, maybe you are learning Spanish, maybe you are learning Arabic, maybe you are learning Japanese, any language which you are learning, since we are learning English here, I'm going to focus on English. When you learn a word in English, there are three things that you need to learn, right? When you learn a new word, you need to learn three things. The first one is the pronunciation of the word. This is what we have just done with the word chaos. Number two, you need to learn how it is spelled. How do we write it? So, how do we write it? How do we spell it? And finally, you need to learn the meaning or the use. So, pronunciation, spelling, use. Any word that you learn in English, you should learn these three things in order to master the word so well. Great. All right, so let me see. I don't know, this place is so chaotic. It is chaos in here. Very good. Let me give you my own word. So this is Ahsanul's sentence right here. So I don't know why this place is so chaos. Yes. If I turn the camera around, you'll see that there is a lot of chaos around me as well. This says it is chaos in here, or we can say also Hasna, it is chaotic, which is the adjective that we derive from the word chaos. Killing is chaos. Killing is chaos. Yes, absolutely. Killing is chaos. Let me give you one. War causes a lot of chaos. So chaos basically is when there is like a lot of like unsettlement and discomfort and a lot of like disorganization, a lot of mess. That's what we call chaos in English. Chaos is when things are not well organized, when things are like chaotic. I'm explaining the word chaos with chaos. Let's go back. So let's look at the second word. How do we pronounce the word that you see in red? A, B, C, D. Of course, I'm sorry for people who joined last time on Tuesday and today, because I see a lot of new faces and I didn't want them to miss what we did on Tuesday. We did very important things, very important activities on Tuesday. And I would love for everybody to benefit from that. Russia caused chaos in Ukraine. Absolutely. Wonderful. I like this sentence. One thing, Arsenal, I want to point out to, which is that a chaos. We never say a chaos. We always say chaos. Chaos. It's an uncountable noun, right? We can say one chaos, two chaos. So we cannot use a or n with words like that. Bombing in Nagasaki caused the chaotic situation in Japan. I really love this sentence that Richard just wrote for us in the chat. All right, let's move on to the next word, which is written in red. And when you are in this situation, you took money from someone and you need to give it back. That's what we call, or that's the meaning of the word that you see above, the word in red. But I would love for you to tell me, how do we pronounce it? Which one of the word of the pronunciation is the correct one? Is it A, B, C, or D? B, says Mr. Richard. All right. Ni'ma, hello. How are you? Fanon also joins Richard and says B. Ni'ma says A. Rajan says B. Rajan or Ryan? Which one is it? Because I know it's pronounced differently in different languages. And I like the avatar. I really like that. I think that's a symbol that protects from evil eye, if I'm not mistaken, right, Rajan? Or Ryan, I don't know. All right. Yes. The correct answer, Hasna also says A, Rajan. All right. Hasna says A, but actually the correct answer is B. In this word, the B is silent. So we never say debt, we say debt. You are correct, Rajan, indeed. Yes. Rajan, is this your first time joining the live stream? And where are you joining us from? Where are you watching us from? So debt. That is one of the words, one of the many words in English. I think, Ahsanul, you were here when we talked about similar words. That's why you got it correct. There are a lot of words in English where they have a B, but the B is silent. One of them is doubt, for example. Doubt. If I am in doubt, that means I'm not. Wonderful, you're from India. A lot of people from India, a lot of friends and followers from India. The word doubt, for example, when you are in doubt, you are not sure, you are not certain about something. And doubt and debt are two words in English where the B is silent. What about debt? So for debt, when you are in debt to someone, that means that you took money from them and you need to give it back. All right. Can you help me use it in a sentence? Can you try to use it in a sentence again in English? If you wanna like master vocabulary in English, there are three things that you need to learn. You need to learn the pronunciation of the word, the spelling or the writing of the word, and the use of the word. Writing, spelling, pronunciation, or wait, writing, pronunciation, and use. Writing, pronunciation, and use. Three things that you need to master if you want to master a word in English. So you have. I like the example, man. I like the example. I'm in debt. Very simply, I'm in debt. Someone help, please. That's a good one. If you take a loan from the bank, you will be in debt for a long time. Let me give you my own. I have to pay my debt. That's a very good one. I have to pay my debt. And please notice the pronunciation. I have to pay my debt without the B. The B is silent, it's not there. You have 500 Rwandan francs as a debt in a shop. Good. You gave us. What I like about your example, Richard, is that it's a very local example. You gave us an example that is very relevant to your culture, and it gave us the chance. It gave us like a little glimpse at your own culture. I really like that. So right now, this is something that I learned from you, that the currency of Rwanda is called francs, Rwandan francs. I've never known this. All right, let me give you my own example. This is my own example. If you take a loan from the bank, you will be in debt for a long time. The B again is silent. If you take a loan from the bank, you will be in debt for a long time. Great. All right. So let's move on to the next one. So I hope you are learning some words. So again, three things we are focusing on: how to write the word, how to pronounce the word, how to use the word. Three things: how to use the word, how to write it, how to pronounce it. If you master these three things, you will never lose the word. I won't take debt after what happened. Normally here, loan is better, but I get you. Okay, good. So let's move on to the next word. All right. How do we pronounce again the word in red? So for people who are just joining, of course, welcome. You are watching a live uh, uh, English practice session. If you are here, welcome. Join us and practice and test your English in the chat, in the live chat. The first activity that we are working on right now is a pronunciation activity. I give you a word in red. I give you four like options when it comes to the pronunciation. Out of the blue, again, you appeared out of the blue. So Mr. Asenol says it's C. Out of the blue, C. Nema, C. Wonderful. So all of you agree on this one. Hasna also C. Asenol, what's that? Oh, nice. Nice. I see you translated it into emojis. Good try. So as they said, for people watching us normally, this live stream, you should be watching it tomorrow. Tomorrow I have some urgent stuff to take care of, so we decided to change it to today. But from now on, I think we will be like experimenting with the time of the live stream. Of course, we will have a vote on YouTube about the suitable time for like the majority of you guys. But we will be experimenting. Like I will be live streaming like haphazardly, and I will see which time we have more viewers. Richard joins the rest of you guys, so indeed it is pronounced as island. Island. The S is silent here, so you can see that in English, like the spelling, the way words are written, does not always match how the word is pronounced. You cannot tell. This is very important in English. Unlike a lot of other languages, like in Spanish, for example, in Spanish, if you see a word, you can know exactly how that word is pronounced. Why? Because in Spanish, the word is pronounced, the word is spoken the same way it is written. right? But in English, that's not the case. In English, you will see a word written in a certain way, but pronounced in a completely different way. Island is the third word. This one, I'm sure it will surprise you to some extent. So, how do we pronounce the word that you have? Of course, let me go back very quickly. So, for island, it's the mass of land. It's a mass of land that is surrounded by water, that especially like in the middle of the ocean. That's what an island is. Like the Epstein Island, wink, wink, right? The Epstein Island, they are burying that topic very, very fast. Unfortunately, they are burying that topic very fast. All right, let's go back to the fourth word. This is the fourth word. So let us review. Word number one was chaos. Word number two was death. Word number three was island. This is the fourth word. How do we pronounce this word? The word that is written in red. How do we pronounce it in English? You have way when it comes to the meaning, because word has many meanings. Indeed, Hasna. Can you give us an Hasna? Can you give us an example? Ni'ma. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about. I was gonna tell you. All right. Sorry. I think the internet is not unstable. So, how do we pronounce this word? You have four options. I have out of the blue says D, Ni'ma says A, Richard says D, and by the way, this word, you tell me what is the meaning of the word. I'm gonna leave this one for you. What is the meaning of the word in red? My friend Ahsanol says it's C, colonel. This word, it will absolutely surprise you. It has military meaning out of the blue. You are absolutely correct. This is what we call a military rank or a military level. So this is a level of military. It is a rank exactly. I want to focus on the word rank. You know, this is what I like sometimes in English. You are talking about one word and then you learn another word. So we are talking about this word, which is, by the way, pronounced as colonel. Colonel. The L is pronounced as R. How? I don't know. So this is basically English. So the word is pronounced colonel. A lot of changes in this word. Like what? Like the O is not pronounced O. It's not pronounced cornel. It's pronounced kernel. Like word, like bird. Kernel, right? So it's the word is pronounced kernel, believe it or not. Yeah, so we learned the word kernel, we learned how it is pronounced, and then we learned the word rank. Rank. Like this. So Ahsanul said, well, English is not for beginners. But everyone was a beginner at a certain time, Ahsanul, don't you think? Including me and you. We are no longer beginners, but I think English is also for beginners. Um, all right, let's go ahead. Yeah. So this word is pronounced kernel, and it's one of the most like unusual words in English, which is completely different. Like the pronunciation is completely different from like the pronunciation. It's a very strange word. Yes, what about this word? This is a type of fish. I think a lot of you know it from documentaries, especially on National Geographic. But how do we pronounce this word? Is it A, B, C, or D again? So which one do you think is the right pronunciation for this word? A. Ahsanul says A. Salmon. 10. 10 Moy. How are you? All right. Sales mom? What? B. Richard says B. Sales mom. I didn't get this one. Ah, salmon. All right. Okay. Tan Moy. Good. C. Out of the blue. B. B. Majid, how are you? And where are you joining us from? Same for Tan Moy. Where are you joining us from? All right, let's see. It's salmon. The L is silent, Asanol. The L is silent. Right? The L is silent. As I said, a lot of words in English, the pronunciation and the spelling absolutely mismatch, a big mismatch. They are not the same, right? They are not the same. All right. So the word is pronounced as salmon. Salmon. There is a little sound, but it's very, very. I'm doing great, thank you. But the word is like the sound is very light, right? It's not that clear. Salmon. All right. Perfect. Yes. All right. So let's look at the second exercise. And so in the first exercise, we talked about 5 words, I think 5 or 6 words that are pronounced differently from the way they are written. And now we will see the writing, or what we call in English spelling. I have a sentence for you, and in each sentence that I'm going to give you, there is one spelling mistake. One word is written different. Great. So Majid is doing a great job already. So Majid says, well, there is double M, double T. All right, let's see the others. And while you are thinking about that sentence, let me very quickly go through the words that we have learned so far today, that we learned the pronunciation of, right? So the first word was chaos, CH pronounced K. Word number 2, debt, without the B is silent. Word number 3, island, the S is silent. Word number 4, kernel, completely different from how it is written. Salmon, the L is silent. And finally, yeah, that's all. So those are the words that we have written. Now for these words. All of you guys say it's sorry, Matt, we have skipped. I was just reminding. So committee. All right, let's check. Absolutely. Committee, remember this. The word committee, which means like a group of people that have a specific task. Sometimes we also call them corps. So committee is double M, double T, double E. Double M, double T, double E, right? Committee. And before we carry on with this exercise, I don't want you to use autocorrect. I don't want you to use autocorrect. If the phone corrects automatically a certain word, because well, if you write committee, the way it was written in the beginning, your phone will automatically correct it or suggest the correct one. Exactly. Like masjid or mosque committee, we have university committee. Every faculty, every university has a committee. It's a group of people who decide something or have like a special role in that institution. So committee, double M, double T, double E. Remember this very well. As I said before, when you learn a word in English, you need to learn 3 things. If you don't master these 3 things, you don't master the word well. Number 1, how is it pronounced? Number 2, how is it written? Number 3, how is it used? How do we use it? What is the meaning of the word? So committee, we talked about, it's a group of people, that's the meaning. Committee is the pronunciation. And for the spelling or the writing, double M, double T, double A. 3 things very important when you learn a word. Because I know a lot of people, they learn a word, but they know how to write it, they know how to use it, but they mispronounce it. Like I know a lot of people who will pronounce debt as debt. They know how it is written. They know the word is written with the B. They know what is the meaning of debt. They know it's the money that someone owes you or that you owe to someone. And finally, they don't know how it's written. We formed a committee to discuss the affairs of students in the college. I like this example. Thank you, Majid, for sharing. We formed a committee to discuss the affairs of students in college. Majid, where are you joining us from? All right. So let's move on to the second word. Yes, where is the word here? Again, of all the sentence, one word is mispronounced or misspelled, sorry, miswritten. It's written in a wrong way. Which word is it? All right, chance. But chance here is like just the plural. Ni'ma, believe. Chance, believe. I'm in the saving committee, our cooperative. Nice. What do you do? What does your cooperative do? Believe. 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 So all of you agree that the word is believe. Chances, it's a correct word, right? We can have it in the plural. Well, indeed, the word that is misspelt is believe. And let me tell you something. 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 You know the meme? Let me tell you something, guys. Okay. There is a rule in English. There is a rule. The rule goes as follows. I before E except after C. And let me give you even examples. So, friend, believe, receive, deceive. All right. This is a very important rule in English. So, the rule goes as follows. I before E, I believe in God. Bong. All right, good for you, my man. How are you? Where are you from? All right, all right. You're using the word believe in a sentence. Oh, sorry. I thought you were just like saying this out of the blue. Sorry for that. All right. So the rule goes when I and E are in the same word, always we put I before E except after C. And what does that mean? Let's look at the word friend. Friend. So friend, you can see that I is before E. Believe I before E, right? But when we have a word where I and E are preceded, like before them there is a C, we have E before I. Like deceive or receive, you can see the E happens before I. So, friend, because there is no C in the word friend. How are you? I'm good, sir. Thank you. Wonderful. I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. Bong, where are you from? And how are you doing? And of course, welcome since you are new here. I believe in you. Thank you so much. I believe in you guys too. So, I before E except before C. Is this rule clear for you guys? Is this rule clear for you? So, whenever we have I and E like next to each other, we always write I and then E. But if before them there is a C, like the word receive or the word deceive, deceive means to trick someone. If I deceive you, I trick you. So if we have words like receive or deceive, where the I and the E are preceded, like before them there is a C, then we reverse. We have E before I. Can you please, guys, confirm in the chat that this rule is clear? All right. All right. So you are using this. I believe in you. Some people don't believe in love at first sight. That's a very lovely sentence. I believe in you. All right. Good. Can you confirm with me that you understand this rule right here? Let me check. All right, sorry. I had to check something. The rule is understandable. Sir, it's no way to deceive us. On the contrary, you guide us. Thank you so much. Of course, I'm guiding you and I'm helping you here. That's my job. And that's, by the way, the idea behind these live streams that we do on our channel. Because the majority of the content, it's raining outside, actually. So I don't know if you are hearing it on the live stream or not. So the idea of these live streams, why do we do these live streams, and why do we do them 2 times every week? Because every single day we share a video that you can use to learn English. But we thought, well, people are learning English, but they need a space to practice that English that they are learning from our channel. And that's the idea behind these live streams. So we give you these 2 live streams every week so that you can meet with me right now. Like, you can have this human touch, and we can talk, and I can share with you rules like this one. I before E. You should memorize this rule. I before E except after C. Let me give you a word, and you guys need to write it for me. Can you write for me the word? So look at the rule. Look at the rule. Write for me receipt. Receipt. You know receipt? A receipt is when you go to a shop, they give you a receipt. I'm currently at a place in India, and I'm learning English for medical purpose, a representative training job. Could you help me? This channel can help you, but if there is something specific, Bong, that I can help you with, please let me know. Let's use this rule. Can you write for me the word receipt? Receipt. Receipt is that piece of paper that they give you when you buy something. They give you a receipt. Majid, correct. Ni'ma, correct. Richard, correct. The CEO is giving us the chance to learn English. The CEO of English. All right. No, not receipt. That's recite. That's recite. This is how we write receipts. It's like the bill. Exactly. Exactly. But the receipt is after you pay. The bill before you pay. Okay? So when they give you the bill, you need to pay it. But the receipt is after you pay. That's the difference between a bill and the bill or receipt. Exactly. No. That's a recipe. All right, good. So receipt, as you can see here, receipt we wrote E before I because there is a C before them. So the rule is correct. Let me give you another word, then I want you to write it for me. Again, the rule says I before E. When I and E happen in the same word next to each other, we need to write I and then E. But if we have a C before them, we write E before I. So I'm going to give you another word. Let me check. Yes. Can you write for me the word thief? Thief. Can you write for me the word thief? Received. Okay. Can you write for me the word thief? Thief. Thief is someone who steals. If I take your phone, if I steal, that's I'm a thief, right? Thief. Thief. No. Bong. Bong. Look at the rule. Look at the rule, Bong. Thief. All right. So, ethanol row thief. Bong thief. Bong, you need to rethink. Thief. Thief. Okay. Give me a second, please, if you guys don't mind. I need to pin. I will see if I can pin this one. All right. Thief. All right. Like you can see here, I before E. I before E. Why? Because before them, we don't have a C, we have an H. So again, the rule is always correct. I before E except after C. Let me give you one more word. A ceiling. A ceiling. The ceiling is the roof of the house. We call it a ceiling. A ceiling. Can you write for me the word ceiling? Ceiling. This is, by the way, a like spelling practice. Spelling. We did pronunciation. Now we are doing practice. What do we spell? Relieve. Nice. Relieve is another example. Ceiling. Alex, how are you? I saw your first message and I forgot to welcome you. Ceiling. Sailing out of the blue. Great. Why did we write E before I? Because we have a C, right? So I hope you remember this rule well, because I'm going to move on. Okay, so let's look at so we said, so here in the example that we had before, we have an L. So L is not C, so that means we should apply the rule I before E. But here we have E before I. So L, it should be I before E because we don't have a C. They want to achieve great things. Where is the spelling? Where is the writing mistake? Can you find for me the writing mistake here? Oh wow. Oh wow. Lot of all right. Good. Wonderful. Nice. I like that you are giving me other words like grief, for example. Like peace. Nice. I really like this one. So peace, it starts with P. So we don't have the C, so that means I before E. The sailing. The sailing, that's correct. Achieve, 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 achieve. You all agree on the same thing. Achieve. Nice. I like that. Great. So of course the correct one is I before E. Richard, you need to pay attention because you just wrote the same mistake. So that's all right, thief. Hasna, that's all right, thief. So I before E, because we have an H, we should have I before E. Exactly. All right. So you were just pointing out the wrong one. Sorry for that. All right. So do we have a C? No, we have an H. That means we should apply the rule I before E, right? So I before E. Wonderful. Bong, you are doing a great job. So I hope you have learned this simple rule, because right now we are going to work on something else. Write the word that I will be spelling for you. So I'm going to say a word. You need to write it as easy as that. Let me see. Okay. Write for me business. Business. Can you write for me the word business? So in this activity, you are going to hear a word. I'm going to say a word and you need to write it down. Write it down the way you think it is written. Business. Hasna, I want to tell you something. Can you please scroll to the live? Bong, I'm very happy that you like this live stream so far, and this is your first time. That shows that we are doing a great job today. As I said before, for people who are not used to the channel, normally this live stream should have happened tomorrow because we have a live stream on Tuesday and on Friday. But because I'm busy tomorrow, I decided to do it today. And look how many people are joining today. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy. All right. I think all of you like spelled or wrote the word correctly. So Majid, I'm gonna give some example. Majid, Alex, you can see the writing on the top of the screen. Richard, I think all of you wrote it in the same way. And out of the blue, wonderful. I'm gonna show you the words later on, but I need to finish the list. So word number 2, I'm gonna say a word, you need to write it for me. I'm gonna say a word, you need to write it for me. Psychology. Psychology. Can you write for me the word psychology? Of course, the word business is written the way you guys wrote it. It's BUSINESS. All right. Out of the blue, psychology. Are you sure that's how we write psychology? My friend Bong, that's physiology. That's not psychology. Psychology, Richard. Ni'ma, psychology. Ni'ma wrote the word in a quite different way than the other people, but I don't know. So, psychology. The first word I gave you was business. The second word I'm writing now is psychology. Can you write for me the word psychology? Psychology. Wonderful, wonderful. Psychology. All right. So this is how we write the word psychology. The little trick in the word psychology is that there is a silent P in the beginning. You can see it right here. So this is how we write the word psychology. There is a P that is silent in the very beginning of the word. All right. So yeah, those were the two words. Maybe we will come back to that later on. All right, let's look at some grammar. And in grammar, I want to look with you at some very common mistakes that a lot of people do in English. All right, so yes, so she her homework already. She her homework already. Did, has done, doing, or do. Which one do you think is the correct one? Oh, wow. You guys are still waiting for me. All right. Sorry for that. I had an internet issue. I fixed it now. All right. Sorry for that, guys. So let me go back. Let me go back. But I'm very surprised that you guys are still waiting for me. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So we're in grammar, if I'm not mistaken, and I apologize so much for what happened. Sapiens. I'm in Korea, or I'm from Korea. I know I'm struggling with English. What English? What's the best way to overcome spoken English? I will share with you. Can you hold that thought? I'm going to correct one exercise, and then we can come back to that. All right. So I think we started with grammar. I'm sorry again for people. Thank you so much. Bob, thank you, Majid. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you some exercises that you can try at home. I'm going to give you some exercises that you can try at home, and that will help you to practice your English even alone. And you know what? I'm gonna do one exercise with you at the end of this lecture. So stay until the end. We're gonna do a speaking live stream. Okay. So, all right. So where were we? I'm sorry for that. Okay. First exercise. Choose the right answer. I think. Oh, can you share with me your answers again? So which one is the correct one? A, B, C, or D? You can simply write for me the letter A, B, C, or D. She her homework already. B has done. All right, Majid. Still, really? Because I fixed it. I think I fixed it. B out of the blue. Can you guys see me well, hear me well? B, all right. So all of you guys agree that it's B. Let's see. All right, absolutely B. I'm going to explain why, because you cannot just say, well, it has done, let's move on. We need to know why did we choose has done and not did. Because we can all agree that the word already means the past. When I say I have already watched that movie, that means I watched the movie in the past, right? Do you agree? But why do we say has exactly? So if it is the past, why did we choose did, has done, and not did? Well, the answer is very simple. In English, when the time in the past is specific, we use the past simple. We use did. But for already, if I tell you, I have already finished. I have already finished. You don't know when I finished. Did I finish yesterday? Did I finish last week? Did I finish 2 months ago? But what is important for me is that I have finished, right? But we don't know when exactly I finished. So when we don't know the time, when the time in the past is not specific, we use the present simple or the present perfect. When the time is specific, we use the past simple. Let me give you an example. He already is one of the words that refer to the present perfect tense. Exactly. Out of the blue, not a certain time. Exactly. The word already, like Majid has said, it's one of the words that is used with the present simple, with the present perfect. But we need to know why. Why? Very simply, that's why. Because already is an unspecific time in the past. Let me give you an example here. Let me give you a better example. All right. So, all right. So, he played or has played basketball last weekend. Which one do you think is the correct one? Which one is the correct one? Is the correct answer? He has played basketball. Just and already are followed by present perfect and indicate the past without knowing the specific time. Richard, you put it very like perfectly. All right. So he played or has played basketball last week. So out of the blue says played. Why? Can you tell me why? Because both the past simple and the present perfect, both of them are related to the past. Unknown time, knows time, past simple. Very good. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So, exactly. Very simply, that's it. So here it should be played. Why? Because we know when the action happened. When did the action happen? Last weekend. So we know exactly the time. Let me now give you the same sentence but change one word. He played, has played basketball before. Can you now answer for me the same question? It's the same sentence. I only changed last weekend with before. What is the right answer now? Has played. All right. He played. Mhm. Because the action completed a specific time last weekend. That's for the first one. Actually, I can hear all the contents clearly. But you know, don't understand. It's okay. Sapiens, it's totally fine. We don't understand everything from the get-go. From the beginning, we don't understand 100%. If you understand 20%, 50%, and after like 3 months, you start understanding more, you are doing great. So, what is the answer here? Because I already have two different answers in the chat. Out of the blue says played. Majid says has played. He played before. Well, here actually out of the blue, both of them are correct. But the more correct one, the one that is more correct is has played. Because before, we don't know exactly when he played basketball. We don't know exactly the time, right? Because before, it can be last week, it can be last weekend, it can be yesterday, it can be just this morning. So we don't know exactly the time. We know it's the past, but we don't know the time. Well, in general, if you find the following present, all right, let me write them the other way. Yet, just before, ever, never. Sapiens, please stay till the end. I want to do one more activity around the end of the live stream that I think you will like. Okay, so wait, let me prepare the activity that I told the Sapiens about. Wonderful. So all of these words, if you found them in a sentence, or if you want to use them in a sentence, you should conjugate the verb in the same sentence in the present perfect. Already, yet, just, before, ever, never. All of these are used with the present perfect, not the past simple. Though a lot of them are related to the past. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, since and for as well. Thank you for reminding me, Meg. I forgot those two. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. So all of these plus yet and for. Yes, you are absolutely correct. All right. Let me. Let's do one more exercise and then we call it a day. Okay. So let me do one exercise for people who want to start, like, who want to practice speaking. I have this little exercise. It's a dialogue. I'm gonna read the full dialogue, but then we will take turns. I will read the white, you read the red. So I'm gonna read the full dialogue. Sapiens, this is for you and for everyone who wants to practice some speaking. Please try to repeat at home. But before you repeat, listen, I'm gonna read it for you. Hi, table for two, please. Right this way. Here is your menu. Menu. I will have the spaghetti. Anything to drink? Just water. Thanks. It will be ready soon. I'm gonna read it one more time. Hi, table for two, please. Right this way. Here is your menu. I will have the spaghetti. Anything to drink? Just water. Thanks. It will be ready soon. All right. So now I'm going to read the white lines. You at home read the red lines. Hi, table for two, please. I will have the spaghetti. Just water. Thanks. All right. I hope you have done that. Let's do it again. Again, you read the white, or I read the white, you read the red. And please, I don't want you to read it like you are just reading. I want you to actually act like you are in a restaurant. Hi, table for two, please. No. I'll have the spaghetti. Just water. Thanks. Good. Now let's switch. Your turn. Now you start. Right this way. Here is your menu. Anything to drink? It'll be ready soon. So now let's do it again. You read the first line, I read the second, and so on. You start. Right this way. Here is your menu. Anything to drink? It will be ready soon. Let's do now dialogue number 2. And I think this will be the last one. So again, I'm going to read the full dialogue so that you can check for the pronunciation of all the words. And then I'm going to read only the white lines and you read the red lines as if we are speaking in real life. So I'm going to read the full thing. Excuse me, where is the bus station? Go straight, then turn left. Is it far? About 5 minutes on foot. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to repeat it again. Please check for the pronunciation of all the words. Excuse me, where is the bus station? Go straight, then turn left. Is it far? About 5 minutes on foot. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, now I'm gonna read only the white lines. Excuse me, what is the bus station? Is it far? Thank you. Let's do round 2. So again, I'm gonna read the white, you read the red. Excuse me, what is the bus station? Is it far? Thank you. Sapiens, I'm going to answer that. Okay, let's do it now. Let's switch. You read the first lines. I'm going to read the white lines. So you start. Go straight, then turn left. About 5 minutes on foot. You're welcome. So I'm going to read it again, or let's do it again. You read again the red lines. Go straight, then turn left. About 5 minutes on foot. You're welcome. All right, perfect. So I think that's that. But before we go, let me address Sapiens' question. So, as I always say, when you are learning English, I think you should go through 3 stages, 3 main stages. Stage number 1 is what I always call exposure. Exposure. When you are learning English, expose yourself to English as much as possible. How can you do that? One of the ways in which you can expose yourself to English is through our channel. We give you one long video every single day. Imagine you are going to listen to 1 hour every day of English. Your English will be very good in a very, very short time. So that's number one. Always listen to English. If you are on the train, if you well, I'm not just saying through our channel, you can listen to whatever you like, but in English. You can listen to podcasts, you can listen to music, you can watch movies, you can watch like documentaries, but in English. If you find difficulty understanding, you can of course use subtitles. And by the way, on our channel, even if you are watching us live like now, you can translate what I'm saying. That's number one, exposure. Number two is to start speaking, to start practicing. Hey, but what is grammar? I think grammar should come later on. I don't think grammar and pronunciation are really that important. So once you expose yourself to English, and once you believe that you have good vocabulary, like you have enough vocabulary in different topics, like you can talk about different topics, you need to start speaking. If you don't have someone to practice with, you can practice with yourself. You can like you can use exercises like the one we have above, right? Like you can take any dialogue and you can act it with yourself. Another exercise that I always like recommend and always advise like my students to do is to record yourself at the end of the day talking about your day. What did you do that day? How did you feel? What are the activities that you do? And so on and so forth. The last thing, after you feel that you can speak English without stopping, is to start focusing more on pronunciation. I think pronunciation comes later on when you can speak some English. Because if you can't speak English and you focus too much on grammar, you will block yourself. So these are the three things for you, Sapien, and for anyone who would love to learn English the right way. These are the three steps. Number one, expose yourself. Number two, start speaking, start practicing. Live streams like the one we are having now is a very good opportunity to do that. And finally, you can start like tweaking, and you can start learning some more and more advanced grammar. If you enjoyed this live stream, if you benefited, if you liked, if you had some fun today, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We have one video every single day to help you expose yourself to English, and then we have 2 live streams every week to help you use your English at home. You have everything on this channel. This is one. Number two, if you know someone who can benefit from our videos, you can share this with them. And finally, if you like this video, double click on the screen as a way to like the video. Let me see what my friend Majid says. The best way to improve fast is to try to practice what you can learn in your daily life, even if you don't exactly. Or, one very easy way is when you are, when you go through your day, always we are speaking to ourselves. You can try to speak to yourself in English, and that's a very good way, by the way. Like if you don't like someone, or if you find something weird, or if you want to comment on something, you can do that in English as you go by your day. So thank you guys for the energy you gave me today. And as I always say, these videos or these live streams are very weird, because at the end, I should be tired, but at the end, actually, I have more energy than when I started. So thank you so much. I got a lot of energy from you, as I always do. Have a great weekend. I see you on